Okay, this is a video alright, on my camper shell build that works for me, but maybe we'll open up some ideas for you. But yeah, so right off the bat, roof rack. It's pretty much your first big mod to your camper shell, especially if it didn't already come with one. You have to drill holes, measure like 14 times before you drill any holes. Right. And then you want a water chingus, something to store water. I have a 6-foot bed, so a 3-inch pipe. Carry the 2 over. You divide that by X. It should give you somewhere in the ballpark of a few gallons of water. Anyways, let's get inside. In the bed, there's like this corrugated stuff here, right? All the way throughout the whole bed. If you don't have like a bed liner or anything, it could really hurt your knees, man. I suggest this high density foam I found at Harbor Freight. You get like 3 in a packet, and they're all 24 by 24 inches. As you can see, it's really easy to connect, all pieced together. This works as a pretty good insulator for the bottom. It's 1/2-inch high density foam. Let's move on to this side. So the bed, this side of the bed stays always, but I'm caught here. I have a 3-inch memory gel foam. 3 to 4 inches is where you want to be at max if you have very low head clearance as it is. But so yeah, here's my pad wrapped in a sheet, and then the plywood I used was 3/4 inch plywood. Again, with the high density foam, it really helps when your hip bone or knee or elbows going all the way through the pad, then it hits the foam. So yeah, 3/4 inch plywood, and then I notched out some 2x4s. There's only 3, and then I used some leftover 3/4 inch plywood here, spray painted it all black so it kind of matches. And then the other side of it is just sitting on the wheel well. See, I could take this out very easily. Constant reminder. Yeah, I could take this out really easily if I need the whole bed. No big deal. Nothing's drilled into the bed at all. That's the bed. There is another bed that goes right here that sits. I gapped the 2x4s all the way, and another piece of plywood, which is that one right there, which I'll show you here in a minute, will sit on these 2x4s, and with an extension of 3/4 inch plywood underneath the 3/4 inch plywood, sitting in these gaps here. There's one on that end over there, so in here, when it's on these 2 slats, I guess you could say, I'll show you in a minute, and then these 2 2x4s, and it's a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. It doesn't flex at all. I will show you how I put the other half of the bed in. So here's the 3/4 inch plywood, spray painted again with the high density foam. You can see how easy it is to connect and stuff. Some of it has fallen off from me banging it around and stuff, and I don't have it all stapled, but I did spray like an adhesive on the wood and then put this on to see how that would be. Didn't work out too great, but in some spots it's on there pretty freaking good. So yeah, you'll have, like I said, the glue didn't work out that great, so the side's coming up a little bit. And I have another piece of the foam pad that I would place onto here and then pull the rest of the sheet over, and you have almost a queen size bed back here. If I'm not going alone, if my wife is coming with me, I will set this inside the back of the inside the bed, but not like this. I'll actually have it. This is pretty cool. Hinge it up just like that against the wall, and then I have all this space here for bigger items like big gear bags for dirt biking or surfboards or anything. If I'm not hauling a trailer, or even if I am hauling a trailer, I'm bringing a lot of stuff, then I don't need the other half of the bed down. I need some head clearance for some bigger items. Yeah, or utilize your roof rack, put a basket on there, get a cargo net, and be done with that. And you can set this, it all depends how much you're carrying and stuff. I don't have a basket on my roof rack, not yet. I am thinking about it, but yeah, I'll show you how this is done. So the bed is up, right? Here are the slats I was telling you about. This is resin, in case you were wondering. But yeah, so underneath the roof rack bracketry, I installed these hinges. They're locked into place with these cabinets. There's one on that side. I did not put it in, just so you can see how I have it up when this is not in here. But this surfboard rack here, I'm able to, put a surfboard in there. So put a surfboard in here. Typically I would put a tie down around that, or a bungee, whatever you want to do. And you can fit a shortboard up there, no problem. And then I can fit a mid-length sideways somewhere. That's typically what I do. Or I just put it on the roof rack. So that's pretty cool. You can also not use that as a surf if you're not surfing and stuff. You could turn that into like fishing rods, whatever. But I know I have 9 inches of clearance from the bottom of this or to that when it's down. So I could actually keep my surfboard on there with the bungee and then lay the bed down, and my board without the fins, sometimes with the fins, depending on which board I'm using, could lay in between like that. So yeah, that part's really cool, being able to bring half the bed up and placing bigger items and stuff. So this is just Reflectix. You can get it at Home Depot. You can get it in a roll of it. It's pretty cheap for what it is. 2 rolls was able to practically do my entire snug top. You might as well, when you go to Home Depot, is pick up a roll of their heavy duty Velcro. You get a lot of it, which is great. You probably never use the whole roll. So if your camper show, your snug top, your topper is carpeted already, the Velcro is just going to be that much more awesome. So I put Velcro on everything. So this is a battery bank, also a light from Harbor Freight. From Harbor Freight. So yeah, it's really cool. So you could charge your stuff with that and whatever, but it's a good little floodlight to have on a campground. Sometimes I'll stick it like on the corner of my window here and turn it on, and it's just enough light to attract every bug in your vicinity. Yeah, so Velcro it in place, that's where it stays. I also have these mountain bike lights. They work pretty great because they're not only super bright and probably overpriced, but they're really small. And I put Velcro on them, and I could stick it right there, so when I go to turn it on, it may not look that bright, but it's actually really bright at night. It illuminates my whole tailgate, allowing me to like cook and stuff, which is totally cool. I have 2 of these, and then I also have a separate battery bank that's also, you can charge the battery bank and anything else with the solar panel, which is pretty convenient because sometimes I don't like to use my truck battery to charge everything. I got this little thermometer, which is great because I store surfboards in here, and I don't want to bake my boards and drip wax all over my bedding and stuff. So with the Reflectix, it's pretty hard to get really hot in there. Everything is Velcroed. This is Velcroed. Super convenient. If your topper is lined, you take your Velcro spots, right, and this will stick on the top of your camper shell, and then you can see out your window if you need to. All of it is Velcroed, so I can take it all off and put it back on whenever I want. Reflectix does a pretty good job, and you kind of get over the way it looks from the outside. It's just, you start to see other people who have it too, and you're like, you go camping. So I'll move on to the drawer. Sure fitted it against the wheel well on this side, only because I like to have a gap there to where I can like throw in some like dirty muddy shoes or something. I got this flush mounted ring here that's usually meant for trailers and stuff, for tying stuff down, but it works great as a handle. Really maximizes my space. I put 2 separate pieces of wood on top of here as counter space. So this little guy here, which is pretty cool because if I'm by myself or whatever, I'm sitting in a chair, I can use this as like my, I don't know, I could set my dinner on here and on my lap and have everything, and it's super convenient. So there's that. Here is just so I can place more stuff, whatever, you know. It's pretty convenient actually. You can take it out just as simple as that, and set your dividers up in here as you'd like. I have a bunch of stuff in here I would love to show you, but it's pretty chaotic. I just use like some angle brackets. Yeah, the L brackets help keep everything in track all of the time, and it's not sloppy, sloshing around. Yeah, there you have it. Quick little show and tell. Look up to see how people build drawers. I didn't put any bearings or tracks on here. I didn't have to. The wheel well and the wood here, you know, it all kind of keeps it in the same spot. Yeah, it does have like some wiggle room and some play and stuff, but it's not enough to like slam around while I'm driving. Yeah, that's the way I have it set up. Yeah, there you have it. Oh, get a little level, little torpedo. So when you go camping and you're gonna do cooking on the bed of your truck, you place it on your tailgate or whatever, and you know, level your truck when you get to your campsite with rocks, dirt, whatever. They make leveling blocks as well. So the reason for that is when you're cooking, you don't want things tilting one way, and that can get pretty frustrating. So get a little level. It's real handy. Mine's magnetic, but I could totally use Velcro. So yeah. If you have any other questions and stuff, or suggestions or ideas or whatever, feel free to let me know. I'm all ears. So yeah, there you go. Have fun.